Okay. Our closing session is entitled The Olympic Athlete's Mindset, a Story of Hard Work and Triumph. But I have to start with an admission. I have absolutely zero interest in sports and have never been interested in sports in my life. However, I have unlimited respect for Olympic athletes. And what is little known is that I have actually participated in 6 Olympic Games, starting as a hostess at the 1976 Montreal Olympic Games and working or representing a very large sponsor at the 5 other games. So I know something about the workings of the Olympic Games and what athletes actually, what they're like before they really go out and perform. And I must say that witnessing live the best in the world, competing for gold in any sports discipline is incredible. I was speaking earlier with one of our athletes, and I said, I could never understand why anybody would want to excel at running in 100 meters. What the hell, 100 meters. And then I had the great opportunity of seeing an athlete who later actually lost his medal due to, he was a Canadian runner called Ben Johnson who got gold in Calgary. I think it was in Calgary. No, in Seoul, sorry. And, but I remember the people I was working with saying, you have to see them run. And I went, why? And I can tell you, after I saw him run, or actually that 100-meter race, there's nothing that beats going to Olympic Games and seeing the best in the world compete live. You don't get that flavor ever on television, even for soccer matches, basketball, you name it. It's really different live. And it's a little bit like business. It's easy to watch business from the outside, but it's nothing like watching it live and being part of creating business live. So I'm pretty awestruck, usually, when I have the opportunity to talk to the best athletes in the world, and today is one such day. Now, in the past few Summer Olympics, Baltic athletes have not had great successes. But 2 summer disciplines stand out, and both of them are from Lithuania. It's bronze, it's continuous, repetitive bronze medalists, the basketball team, and a young girl in the Royal Olympic discipline of swimming, Ruta Meilutytė, of course, who's a world record holder in the short course 50-meter breaststroke, 100-meter breaststroke, and long course 50-meter breaststroke, and many more. Imagine, at the age of 15 in 2012, becoming an Olympic gold medalist, a double world champion, and being named the European Young Athlete of the Year in the same year. A year later, she breaks another 3 world records. But thereafter, Ruta has a few volatile years, continuing to win some medals, but unable to retain gold at the 2016 Olympics. And then there's real drama. In 2019, Meilutytė was facing at least a 1-year suspension for not being present for doping tests, whereupon she announced her retirement from sports. Swimming World, a magazine, officially called her career as permanently over, with no prospects of ever returning to competition, and dubbed her actions the fall of an Olympic champion. But in 2021, she returns to competing and is now in training for this summer's Olympic Games in Paris. Ruta Meilutytė, unfortunately, had a small procedure done prior to the Olympics that is healing slower than she expected, and therefore she's unable to join us on stage today. But she was kind enough to answer my question to her on a video. The question was the following. I imagine this very young girl from Lithuania working very, very hard in a sport that I believe to be quite solitary. in a pool, no talking, competing against your own abilities on a daily basis. So, what are the top 3 things that made you succeed? And moreover, are they the same 3 things to focus on when going for gold in Paris this summer? Video, please. Here's her response.
I was asked what 3 things I would like to pinpoint as key values for achieving success that I achieved at the age of 15. And it was pretty simple. The first one is hard work. Hard work because success doesn't come served on a plate. You have to put in work, and it will be hard sometimes. You will be tired. You will sometimes forget why you do this and not see results for a long time. I'm not saying it's all hard work. The rest is very important. But if you want to achieve exceptional results, you will have to put in some exceptional work and discipline yourself. And with that goes faith, because at those very tough moments, when it's hard, it's not pretty, it's not all sunshines and rainbows, and you get moments when you just forget, you lose yourself, and it's normal, it's part of being a human. But at those very moments, faith, for me at least, is something that keeps me going through and keeps me pushing, and the better day comes and you know the faith was there for good reason. It's very important to actually believe that you can do what you want to do. And yes, you will be afraid. Yes, you will have doubts. That's totally human. But unless you truly believe, it's going to be really hard to achieve and to be successful. And it's just also about confidence. You know, sometimes goals take a long time and you need a lot of faith. And the final one, and by the way, all of these for me are still applied every day and every season till now. But the third one is presence. So it's having those big goals or whatever goals you have. And of course, they will be probably in the future. But presence is about staying in the moment, being here now, being in the process, taking one step at a time and being in that step fully with your full attention, and just not somewhere in the future or in the past. Just being present with what you do, because that's where most of the reward is actually also. And it's the presence, it's the work, it's the process. So staying in that process, being present, having faith, and knowing that it will require discipline, hard work. For me, these are one of the top 3 things I would like to share. I shared with you. And I still believe in them and always will. And hard work, also, I really want to emphasize this, doesn't mean that you don't sleep, you don't eat. You have to look after yourself, your body, your rest. That's just as important. So, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you guys here. I'm grateful for it, to be able to share with you. And hopefully next time we'll see each other live. Until then, I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. And yeah, thank you.
Ruta. But as you know, Ruta is not the only athlete with us today. And I'm humbled again to meet a powerful woman with a great sense of humor who understands the essence of endurance and perseverance. Team Visa athlete Khadijatou or Khadijatou Sagnia is really from the ultimate in Olympic disciplines, which is track and field. She's a Swedish athlete specializing in the long jump with personal bests at 6.95 meters outdoors and 6.92 meters indoors. I can't imagine this kind of just, She has competed for Sweden as a long jumper at the 2016 and 2020 Summer Olympic Games. Kadi, please join me on stage. Okay, let's maybe have a seat. When we were speaking, she said, "So are you going to Paris?" And it was yes, but she has to prove that she can jump at least 6.8 meters. Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So how often do you have to prove this before they let you jump?
Mostly one time, but then I have to stay consistent, close to that result. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Kadi, tell me, when did you know that being an athlete was going to be your ambition for a large part of your life?
Well, since I was young, most people in my family has been doing some kind of a sport, so that was natural for me to just join them. So I joined my sisters during football, and then one day I saw in the newspaper that they had like try out karate. So I was like, I want to try that. So I just went there, tried that, and felt after 2 weeks, no, this is not my thing. And then I went to track and field, and I felt like this is my thing, so I'm staying here.
And so for how long have you actually been training as an amateurishly professional athlete?
Professionally, since I was 15, and I'm 29 right now.
Is that very long for an athlete, or is it a short time?
It's long, actually, but I started really late. I started when I was 13, and most people start when they are 7, 8. But at that time, I was running around with my siblings to different sports, so.
When I looked at your career, I mean, you've had a lot of wins in this time, and probably a few losses, or the ones that you would see as losses. Yeah. What is it like to win?
It means everything. It means it's so sweet. Like when you give your all in trainings and knowing how the reward will pay off. And if you tasted success one time, you don't want to let that feeling go. You just want to taste it again and again. But also you need to know that for you to be able to taste that, you need to put in hard work. And it's dedication. It's some days you don't even want to go up from the bed. Like really. Some days I'm just so tired. But then I remember, okay, but if I don't go up, who's going to do the work for me? And also as an individual athlete, you're standing there alone at the competition. in the background, you have your coach, you have your physio, you have your mental coach, you have all these people, but standing there on the competition, it's only you. So if you do good, people will stand there and say, oh, good, good, awesome. If you do bad, you will stand there alone with only your coach and maybe your family members. So it's hard sometimes.
I was going to say, what is it like to lose?
Oh my God. Do you really want to know that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you get furious, definitely. Because whenever you put in that amount of time and effort into something and you don't make that goal happen, of course it's gonna make you sad and frustrated, but also it's a part of the game. You have to, sometimes you just have to learn about what is happening, get back in the process and think, okay, what did I do wrong? What can we improve to make it better next time?
So Ruta had 3 things that she thought were essential to be able to win. What would be your 3 things?
Patience, I would say. Most patience, because for me, 2013, when I was 18 years old, I had my first injury. It was an ACL surgery that I did. And I remember when I went into the doctor's office, he told me, you have to do surgery. And for me, at 18 years old, everything was so nice. Everything, I was living life. And I was going to the training, everything was good. So for me, hearing that I had to do surgery, that was nothing that I could have imagined. So I remember I just ran out of the room. And I told my coach, no, I don't want to do the surgery. Because I didn't process what was happening. I didn't know how we even got where we were. And so for me, many people, they were asking, okay, are you gonna take this year? Because doing an ACL surgery, it takes a lot of time. And people were thinking, okay, are you gonna put in the effort to come back, or is she gonna stop? But for me, I already knew that this is not the place for me to stop. This is something I want to do. I want to challenge myself, and I know that I can do better. So I just wanted to come back and prove that. So what I had to do was to have patience. And
That's 1.
That's 1.
2.
2, I would say you have to be dedicated to what you do. You have to really love what you're doing. Because when those hard times come, that's the only thing you're going to have with you. And that's the only thing that's going to push you to get to the next step and to continue working towards your goals. And
3.
3, let's see.
Hard, right?
It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Then I'll leave that for now.
Hard work.
Hard work. So you
Yeah.
actually, you're very similar
Actually,
to
very
Ruta,
similar.
with hard work,
Yeah.
faith, perseverance,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're starting with patience,
Exactly.
perseverance.
In the other way around.
So when you're training now for you intend to clearly compete in the Olympic Games.
Yes.
If the world were perfect, where do you think you're going to land in long jump? What's the ambition? Because
Definitely.
we'll all tune in, you know that.
Good.
Yeah, right.
Good. I'm expecting that. No, but I really want to take the next step. I want to take a gold medal. That's what I'm working for, definitely. It's going to be hard, but I'm a tough girl, so.
What is in long jump? What in long jump what is the distance demanded to get gold these days?
To get gold these days, I would say over 7 meters.
And you've already jumped that?
No, I've jumped 695.
Okay.
So it's small, but I believe with hard work, we'll get there.
Okay. Tell me, who or what inspires you?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, if I sit here and you say, we need the 7 meters,
Yeah.
it's a mere 0.05 kind of. And I'm sure that you have, every week jumped to 6.95. you know. So my question is, what is it, apart from the hard work, is there a technique or there's training modules or what to get that 0.05?
Yeah, for me, now I have like a good base with training, and so I just need to maintain that, get faster for this outdoor season, get stronger. So I think
Why faster?
because you really need speed in your approach to jump really far.
Do you know how fast you're actually running before you jump?
No, I do not, but I do compete in 60 meters sometimes just to,
For fun?
yeah, just for fun, just like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where you actually know what the measure of your speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me, who... This is not a laughing matter, shall I say.
It's okay, laugh.
I mean, going for gold. I mean, when you go for gold, how many competitors actually do you, assuming that you jumped that 6.8, which I assume you will, then how many competitors are there in the field?
We are approximately 28.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's a huge process. It's a long process.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Is there anybody in that group that either inspires or scares you? In your
Actually,
competitors?
not anymore. The thing is that when I did my first World Championship with the seniors, I was shaking. I was standing there shaking because I saw all the girls and I was looking at them and I was like, oh my God, they're so good. Like, what? So I was just, my focus was on them instead of me. So when I got home, I told my sister, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do because whenever I go to the competitions, I'm so afraid, I'm shaking and I'm scared. And she's like, but why is that? I was like, I don't know, because there are so many good girls jumping. And she's like, but you're good too. Or else you wouldn't be there because they're not inviting you there just for fun. You qualify there, you did your hard work, and that's why you're always there. So from that day, even though she just said that, that planted something in me. So from that day, I just, how do you say it?
Just do it.
Yeah, something like that. Whenever I went to competitions, I was just standing there, like taking everything in and enjoying and believing that I am here because of my hard work, not because of somebody who invited me. So I think also that made me believe in myself even more. And it's something that needs to be done. You have to believe in yourself. Sometimes it can be hard, but for my sake, I've been going to a mental coach, which has been helping me to find my strength and find something that I believe in and I can stand behind. So that's been really important for me.
Is a mental coach something of value for you?
Definitely, definitely. I think
Did it
also
change anything in the way that you train, or what is it that coach gives you?
they change the way that you think. And also what Ruta said, that by staying in the presence helps you a lot, because people always tend to go back in time or go forward. Okay, if I do this, this will happen in the future. But we don't know that yet. So it's just important to just live here and now and do whatever we can do for here and now to be able to be good and plant flowers for the future.
Well, you've been able to be, really a top-notch athlete for a very
Thank
long
you.
time. And you see other competitors around you, male and female.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between male and female athletes, let's say, in track and field?
I would say there's not a huge difference in track and field, but maybe in other sports, what we've been hearing, like in football, team sports. But in track and field, it's actually been quite equal.
Do you ever train, or let's say the Swedish team, men and women together? I know
Yeah,
nothing.
we do.
Yeah.
So that's
really
fun.
Great. Yeah. What's the fun part?
Just being able to engage with each other able to laugh with each other and be able to push each other. I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you do a lot, I know that you work with Team Visa
Yes.
on certain things, and you're clearly working with other peers and younger people around you by now as well.
Yeah.
So you've learned skills, you know, apart from the winning and the losing, that gives you always very specific knowledge and skills. Do you have any, now you will, you know, do well, I'm sure, in the Olympics in Paris. And what is there after that? What, you know, at some point I would assume that your career as a top-notch athlete in long jump will end.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an age limit. That would be interesting to hear.
Yeah.
But what is it that you can take away from your sports career and take into a different profession?
I would definitely say discipline and patience. We're back there, but yeah, discipline and patience. Because as an individual athlete, you're standing there by yourself. And also, we're not getting that help as athletes with the team experience have. So we need to fix a lot for ourselves, like sponsors. We need to make sure that we're there for the doping people. We need to make sure that we have everything. So I have to take contact with my doctor, my mental coach. If I need anything, I have to do it myself. So, but that also taught me so much.
This is about creating your own support team.
Yes.
See, that's what most CEOs do. They need their support
Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
And this is without joking. You know, this is one of the key takeaways for that.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one very important question still to ask her. But is there anybody here who would like to ask Kadi something? I know there are several former athletes or people who have trained a fair bit in their lifetime in here. I know 2 for sure. I don't know about the others. But anybody like to ask something of Kadi? No? Then, okay, please.
I'm always wondering, when you are running so fast,
Yeah.
and there is this line where you have to match.
Yes. Painful sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, how you train this that you will match?
I will repeat the question just so that everybody's heard it. The question is the following. It says, for long jump, you have unbelievable speed. You're actually running very, very hard. And then there's that point of takeoff, the board, yeah. It said, and you have to hit that board, right time, right place, you know, before you jump. How do you make it to that board on time?
It's training during all these years, because whenever I'm about to jump on a competition, I do my measurement. So I have a measurement, which I do, and then depending on which track we're competing on, some tracks are faster than others. So if it's faster, that means maybe that you will be over with two foot. So then my coach will look at my run-up, and she will say, okay, take back 3 foot. So I will take back, and I will just run. So you need to run exactly as you're running, like on other competitions. Because if you run slower, or if you do something, then she won't be able to fix it. It will be harder.
The question is, what's your confidence? Or is your heart beating faster before you see the board, or how is it?
Right now, when I was younger, it was like that. I was like so focused on the board. I was looking down. But also, when you're looking down, that means that your length of your stride is getting longer, which is not good. So always what you tell, like even kids when they're jumping, you say, just look forward. Don't look down. Don't look down, because the coach will look for you, and wherever you are on the board, they will tell you to move forward or back. Yeah.
Question there.
Yes. What is the routine before the X day? I don't know, previous evening or same day morning? Do you, I don't know, wear the same socks, or, I don't know, pray or meditate? Can you share some insights?
Actually, when I was younger, I had like, I had something I put in my hair every time, because whenever I put in my hair, I was performing well. And then one day I was I was at the competition and it didn't go well. So I was like, is this false? So I just removed it then, you know. But now I don't have anything like that. Even if I'm competing international competitions, I just want to feel like home. So maybe I go to town, I walk around and just, you know, make it normal.
Chill.
Yeah.
Just sorry, clarification, but before you start to run,
Yeah.
how do you cool down yourself? What do you think? So how do you control and focus?
I do work a lot with my my breathing, because when you're standing there and you're about to jump and you're like, okay, it's my turn, your heart is pumping and there's nothing you can do except like just breathe and, you know, just think about nothing. That's not possible all the time, but you just have to fool your mind. Yeah.
Yes, please.
So we have been speaking today about rewarding ourselves and success. How do you celebrate your success and reward yourself?
Ooh, me, I love food. Okay, I love food. And I love pastries. So whenever I'm about to celebrate, I either go with my coach and we eat some pastries and, you know, just have fun time. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Well, I have a question about discipline. How do you manage to keep it? Maybe you have some tricks. And what do you have to sacrifice in order to keep doing what you do? I suppose there are some things, or not?
Definitely. Mostly what I had to sacrifice is spending time with the people that I love, my family, etc. And, you know, I can't do whatever my friends are doing because I need to think about, okay, I have training tomorrow, so I can't stay up until, I don't know, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So often, but for me also, it's a balance for me. But some people, they say, oh, you can't go out, you can't celebrate, you can't have fun. Yes, you can have fun. When your friend is having like a party or something, you can go there and support them for 1 and 2 hours and then go home. So it's about that. What was the other question, sorry? Discipline. For me, it's what's been helping me, it's knowing that I can do whatever I want to do. Like, I have those goals, I have my goals, and I know that I can reach them. The only thing that can stop me is me not doing my work. So it's about just believing in your ability to be able to do something, because if I knew that I wouldn't be able to perform well after when I got the ACL surgery thing from the doctor, I would have said, okay, I'm finished. But when I heard that from the doctor, he said, you have to do the operation. And I was like so shocked. But the only thing in my mind was, okay, you know what? I'm not finished. I know what I can do. So people have not seen the last of me, and I have not proved myself those results that I know that I can do. So, yeah.
One last question from the audience. Anybody? Vita, there you go. Yeah,
Thank you. I think in the audience we are all overachievers, you know. So basically, but the good thing for us here is basically, okay, I am 53, and I think by 55 my goal is to become a CEO, and by 60 I will be a chair of like a board or something like that. Age is not a restriction for me. For most of us, it's not. But if you get the gold medal at the age of 30, you know, that's, I guess, a goal for you.
Exactly.
How do you motivate yourself? Will you be happy afterwards? How will you put the goals for you? What do you want to be at the age of 50?
I have my goals for my after the career too, but for now I'm just focusing on what I'm doing right now, and I have those track and field goals that I want to achieve, and that's what I've been working for since I started with the training. you know? So you have to, from the first year, that training is, of course, included in this year, and it's been like maybe 15 years now. But afterwards, of course, because during life, you learn different things. And what I've been learning is that I want to do business. You know, I want to start my own company. I want to promote my own clothes, my training clothes, example. So that is something I have in mind, but I will try to hold it on the side because I don't want that to take too much of my attention right now, because I do have a lot of attention on my track and field career, which I want to complete. And of course, sometimes things doesn't go as you want them to go. You have these goals, but sometimes you don't get there. But then I have to remember that all the other goals that are achieved, they're good enough also, you know. Yeah.
Then I'm going to end with a politically very incorrect question. I don't know how far you can see, but Kadi has fantastically manicured nails.
Oh,
Red
thank
nails.
you.
Yeah. And there is, and now I'm having a senior moment because I cannot remember her name, but there's a fabulous runner, a world-class runner, who, you know, when you start running and put the hands down, who made a career out of the nails. You know who it is, right? Yeah. Can you do that when you're a long jumper?
Definitely. Definitely. Like, people always ask me, oh my God, your nails are so long. They're not long now, but I love to get them like longer before competing. It's like a persona, you know? You get into this fabulous world and you have these long nails and you're just sassy, you know? You dare to do the job. But you have to think like that. Sometimes you just have to, like, you just have to get your mind into that and fool your mind to be something that you're not, just for you to be able to have that confidence.
This is very interesting. I was struck in the last soccer, you know, football championships, that the newest trend is for men, in any case, is to shave all kinds of designs on their heads, you know, almost tattoo-like. And I wonder, so clearly the nail thing, manicuring special nails, that's your special code in track and field.
Yes. Yes.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank
Thank you so much.
Khadijatou Sagnia.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Please stay here. Fantastic.